Morning, family. Addict named Billy P. Happy Thanksgiving Day from my family to yours. You know, it wasn't all that long ago. I didn't think I had anything to be thankful for or grateful for, and because the process of recovery, and after 20 years of active addiction and living in a tent in the alleys of Detroit and eating out of dumpsters and doing everything that I said that I would never do and becoming everything that I said that I would never become, on November 11th, 2004 was the very first day that I woke up and somebody told me that I should be thankful. I should be thankful that I woke up and not having to use. And I had to think about that. I'm like, man, I don't know about thankful, but I sure am pissed off and angry. I sure am full of hate, bitterness, anger, and resentment. You know, and I had to start this process in order to become thankful. I didn't even know what thankful even meant. Anyways, I don't need one day out of the year to show my gratitude. I don't need one day out of the year to show how thankful that I am. I try to show people how thankful I am 365 days out of the year. I don't do that because I'm better than. I do that because I'm trying to be a better person than I was the day before. Besides not using, that's my biggest goal, to be a better person than I was the day before. I was not placed on this planet to be a mean, cruel, hateful, foul-mouthed, nasty hoodlum. I was placed on this planet to bring kindness, to bring love, to bring compassion, to be honest, to be open-minded, and to lead by example, to be a husband that my wife deserves, and to be a father that my children need. You know, I started doing these videos a while back, and people have sent me many, many messages saying, you know, Billy, you should talk about this and you should talk about that. And I'll be honest with you, I don't have a list of topics. I just simply come out, man, when it's on my heart and make one and put it out there. And, you know, I do this as a way of me giving back to a society that I took from for over 20 years in active addiction. You know, I do this to give people who are just like I once was, which was, I felt hopeless, to give them hope that, listen, if this dope fiend can do it, man, anybody can do it. A lot of us are doing it. You know, the answer isn't in those pills, and it isn't in those shots, and the government doesn't have the right answer for you. All they want is your money. At what cost, they don't care. The answer is in true freedom, which is a 12-step program, which is building an intimate relationship with God, a personal relationship with God, a God as you understand him. Listen, I'm the pastor that's not going to have to push God. Why would I have to push God? He's God. He knows what he's doing. I was also the pastor that at one point I didn't want to hear nothing about God. Today, God's a huge part of my life. Every morning I wake up, I thank God for bringing me to the 12-step program, and I thank the 12-step program for bringing me to God. You see, today on Thanksgiving Day, seems like this message is really supposed to be about, you know, who's an addict, because I have a lot of people sending me, you know, listen, this is what's going on with my wife, and do you think she's an alcoholic, and this is what my husband's doing, and he says he's not an alcoholic, and listen, I've done cocaine for a year, and then all of a sudden I woke up and I haven't done it anymore. You know, I don't think it's a disease, I think it's a choice. Well, listen to me, buddy. And you listen to me, people. It was a choice when I was 12 years old and I started putting it in my body. After not that long, it is a disease. You see, I can't tell you if you're an addict. I can't tell you if you're an alcoholic. That is an admission that has to come from within oneself. It took me 20 years in active addiction for me to finally raise my hand, say, I need help. I'm an addict. Somebody help me. I can't stop. I don't have a choice. I can guarantee you, dude, I am definitely one strong-willed, bullheaded individual, stubborn as a mule at times. I could not stop. I can't tell you if you're an alcoholic or an addict. I know that I am. I know for the people that say, well, you know what, man, I've done cocaine for a year straight and then I woke up and I quit. Well, let me tell you something. This junkie can't do that. This junkie uses and he quits when the police tell him that I have to quit. That's when I quit getting high. Not when I ran out of money. I'd go rob somebody to get more. I didn't just wake up and say, oh, I think I'm going to be done today, and it was over with. In my opinion, you wasted a lot of money snorting cocaine for a year. if you could just quit whenever you wanted to. I don't have that choice. Just like I can't go to dinner and have one beer. One beer it makes no sense to me. I'm going to drink 20 beers. And when the bar closes, I'm going to the dope man's house. And from there, I'm probably not going to come home for a matter of days. An addict, an alcoholic like myself, we don't have a choice once we turn it on. If it was as easy as just waking up and saying, well, I don't think I'm going to use today, I would have quit a very, very, very long time ago. I tried to quit. I tried everything that there was. The law even tried to help me quit with their ways of helping me quit. None of it worked. I always went back until I became part of a 12-step program, until I went into treatment, until I asked for help, and until I surrendered, and until I was willing to change everything about me. And I'm okay with that today. That person says, well, I should know I was an addict once and now I'm not. He's a moron, dude. He needs to be punched right in the throat, and then I'll ask for forgiveness after that. Listen, that guy drank too much on a Friday night, threw up on his shoes Saturday morning, woke up and said, oh, I better quit drinking. I'm an alcoholic. You're not an alcoholic. You drank one night, you threw up on yourself, and you got sick, and you said you're not going to drink no more. Good for you. An alcoholic like myself, I'm going to drink no matter how many times I throw up. Just like when the first time they gave me Antabuse, they said you can't have nothing with alcohol. Let me tell you something. This alcoholic found a way to drink on that. I went to the clubhouse on a Saturday night. I sat down, I said, give me a Jack and Coke. They said, Billy, dude, you're on Antabuse. I said, don't worry about it. I drank, and I got so violently ill, I turned every color in the rainbow. I puked until I couldn't puke no more, and finally, I became drunk enough to where that Antabuse didn't even affect me anymore. Now you tell me if that's normal drinking. I was never a social drinker. I was never a social user. One was never enough. I've tried to quit every way possible, except through a 12-step program, which I tried one time. I'm still doing it today, over 11 years later. I can't tell you if your husband's an alcoholic. I can't tell you if your wife's an addict. I can tell you that I am. I don't care if you think it's a disease or not. If you don't understand it, good for you. It means you don't have it. I do have that disease. More. Instant gratification. I got high because of one of three reasons. Either I didn't like the way that I felt, or I wanted to feel different, or 9 out of 10 times for myself, the last 8 years out of the 20 years that I got high, I didn't want to feel anything at all. And it worked every time I went out and got it. The problem is every time I started, I couldn't stop. Until the Detroit police tell me to stop. Until the Cincinnati police tell me to stop. Until Genesee County police tell me to stop. My wife tell me to stop, I'd say, oh, don't worry, I've got everything under control. My parents would say, my God, dude, I don't know what it's going to take for you to finally wake up and pull your head out of your butt. And I would say, oh, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I'm only hurting myself. That's the biggest lie, dude, that disease ever even told me. Listen, if you are able to use, and I'm not saying anybody should use, period. I'm against all of it, dude. I don't do anything. I haven't taken a prescription, nothing to change the way that I think or the way that I feel in over 11 years, one day at a time. I've dealt with life on life's terms, and I've had every reason to pick up and use. I refuse to pick up and use. Not because I'm better than. I haven't used since I went to my one and only treatment facility, and I've been able to stay clean from November 11, 2004 through everything that I've been through because I am scared to pick up. People are dying. They're dying left and right. And a lot of them are not OD, and a lot of them are getting a bad blow, just like my partner. $10 killed him. $10 took him away from me. You know why I don't relapse? Because I'm scared to use. I'm scared to go back to that cold, miserable place of existence. I'm tired of hurting people who care about me. I don't know if you're an addict and I don't know if you're an alcoholic, but I know that I am. I don't care if you think it's a disease or you don't. I don't care if you even understand it. It's not my job to make people understand this disease of addiction. You can only understand it if you own it. And if you don't understand it, well then praise God, good for you. That means that you don't have it. I do have it. Thousands upon thousands of us have it. And we do recover. And we are more thankful and more grateful because of the process of recovery than the average person that walks this planet. You can see it in our smiles. You can see it in the twinkle of our eyes. We don't need one day. Every day we wake up and we're free from active addiction and we get closer and closer to freedom from self. We are grateful and we are thankful. Today, on this it's just a great day. I'm getting ready to go down to Detroit, see my father-in-law with my wife and my 4 kids, and we're going to visit with family and we're going to love on them. We're going to eat. We're going to eat like kings and queens. And then I'm going to come home. Imagine that. What a concept. An addict, a dope fiend named Billy P. is going to drive 75 miles to Detroit today and actually come home the same day. Not 4 days later. Not being incarcerated. I'm going to keep that date 11/11/04. If you don't understand this disease, get a book. Go to a meeting, go to Al-Anon, go to Nar-Anon, go to Alateen. Those are places for people who don't understand this process. Those are places for people to go and get the help that they need. I don't care if you believe it's a disease or if you don't. I know it is. And I know that it is incurable. But I know that it's treatable. And I know that every day, doing what I was taught back in November 11th, 2004, I get a daily reprieve of active addiction. Why would I stop doing what I'm doing? Happy Thanksgiving Day. The Fight for Family loves everybody out there. God bless. Take care.